Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista, and I use the presence and symbolism of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. Before we get started, I'd love it if you'd like this video, subscribe to my channel, and of course, at any point, feel free to leave a comment to let me know how this resonates. So for today's reading, I am doing an abundance message for the sign of Pisces. And by the sign of Pisces, I mean anyone who feels called to this reading, but in particular, people who have Pisces placements in their chart or people who have their sun sign in Pisces. So I'm leaving it wide open. We are going to see what the tarot, what your guides, what God, the universe has to say to you about your abundance journey right now. So for your flowers today, we have a white tulip and we have something called a compact grape hyacinth. So the compact grape hyacinth symbolizes rebirth and renewal. Actually, they both symbolize rebirth and renewal are associated with springtime. And the blue color of the hyacinth is associated with trust, peace, and calmness, while the white color of the tulip is associated with purity and innocence. So these flowers are going to, and their symbolism and their essence are going to be here with us throughout this reading, and sometimes they pop in and have little messages, but for now we're just going to get into the cards. So your first oracle card that I pulled is from the vibrational energy oracle, and you got two faces of mankind. All right, wow. That's interesting and not at all what I'd expect a Pisces reading to bring about. But I'm going to go ahead and pull your two mermaid cards and see what else we have. We have love and discernment. Wow. Okay. So there's a really strong feeling here of reckoning with the light and dark aspects of being human. And I definitely want to tie this into your abundance journey, but for now, I'm just going to dive into this. So it feels as if in some way this group has been affected, like their abundance journey has been affected by their relationships and by the pain some of their relationships have caused, or by interactions that they've had growing up with family, interactions or relationship dynamics that they've had with in a romantic way. Whatever the case may be, there's something here about your relationships being interwoven with your ability to receive abundance in this life. I really actually want to already dive into tarot. I need more information. Usually I can get more just from the few cards that are in front of me, but I need more context here. What do Pisces need to know about how their abundance journey is affected by the relationships in their life, or by the history of their relationships? So we have the King of Pentacles, all right? It could be a masculine energy that's affected you either in positive or negative ways in your life when it comes to receiving wealth, receiving abundance, prosperity. The Two of Cups, and it kind of wanted to be reversed. I don't typically pull reversals, but sometimes when it comes out, it kind of has that energy like it wants to be reversed. I'm going to leave it upright for now, but I'm going to keep in mind that it kind of wanted to be reversed. Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit. I think I'm going to pull one more. And Strength. I almost want to pull one for over here. The Queen of Swords off to the right there. It makes sense that the Seven of Cups is here along with discernment. The Seven of Cups can evoke an energy of overwhelm, confusion, too many options, not knowing which path to take, not knowing what our next step is, confusion in general. And the energy of discernment here is really, you're being called into discernment. There is also a feeling with the Queen of Swords and the energy of this card here being love, that there's a message here that love is discernment, love is boundaries, love is self-love, love is inner peace. Whatever provides you with inner peace, it makes sense that this discernment and boundaries message is coming in for a Pisces card, because I know Pisces sometimes have a hard time with boundaries. The energy is very mutable and flowy, and the lines are blurred. And it might be something that a Pisces person would struggle with, even if you're not Pisces. A lot of people, especially feminine leaning people, women, struggle with this. So I'm getting the feeling of a dominant masculine energy that you perhaps grew up with, or that you are surrounded by now, that is overly influencing your ability to create and manifest abundance in the way that feels good for you, in the way that feels right for you. There's a feeling of you having this energetic thumbprint of abundance, prosperity, freedom, openness, expansion that you're meant to leave behind, like a fingerprint, an essence, a touch that is uniquely yours, that you're meant to leave here, that you're meant to express here while you're here on earth. And part of it includes this fluid, open, spacious, sometimes blurry inner knowing that you're following. And when there are outside forces, and this makes sense because in Western civilization, it is a very masculine driven, like goal-oriented, results-oriented, rules-following kind of abundance, like kind of way of, quote, creating abundance, when that's actually just one way. It's just kind of taken over. So whether this is something you inherited through growing up with a masculine figure who was out of alignment with their own sense of true abundance, or were overly critical or overly rigid or controlling, or whether this is you reckoning with the reality that you're living in this masculine driven world that is going to try to push you and mold you into someone that you're not. This is you facing that reality with love and stubbornly choosing your way, stubbornly choosing your essence, your truth. And knowing that your truth and your way of creating abundance is harmonious, it's balanced, it's in alignment with the earth. This is a feeling of creating boundaries from an internal space as opposed to an external space. So when we're creating boundaries, we're not worried. Okay, so for instance, if you feel like your energetic body is intruded upon by external belief systems, forces, just rigid, controlling energies, or just energies that aren't aligned necessarily with who you are and where you're going, and they don't, it's not energies that are pushing you into something that you don't want to be pushed into, and that's not aligned with who you are. So instead of looking at those and focusing on those energies and wanting to create this wall around us to protect ourselves from energies that aren't aligned with us. What we're doing is we're going internally and we are giving ourselves spaciousness and time to do that. And we are more deeply entrenching ourselves into what we know to be true. We are more deeply rooting into the reality that is aligned with our heart and our soul and our bodies. And through doing that, we naturally are taking up all the space in our own auras, in our own beings, with our own truth. And therefore, there is no space for energies that are not aligned with it. So it's a natural, effortless discernment and boundary creation without actually having to create those boundaries. We don't have to look over our shoulders. We don't have to do rituals every day to create, like bubbles around us or to create borders around us. It's more about, if there is a ritual, it's more about aligning with our truest state. And it's as simple as that. And we're kind of just brushing off any of the energies that come in that we have perceived as wanting to move us off our path. So it's more of this internal alignment that's happening and a balance, internal balance that's happening that naturally creates boundaries around us and naturally creates a situation where, because we're respecting our own truth, first of all, we're more able to express that truth in the world around us. And also because we're respecting our own truth, we're emitting an energy of to other people that you're either respecting this truth and honoring this truth, or my energy will naturally flow away from yours. It's not, I'm judging you because you have that belief or that truth, or you're trying to imprint something on me that's not mine. It's just that I'm so rooted in mine that there's no way anything can permeate it, and I will naturally fall into a flow and the universe will align with my truth just because I have chosen into it. So it will be, if people or energies need to leave your space or aura, they will naturally. You're walking into a healthy balance of feminine and masculine energy. I love that bookending your reading is the Queen of Swords, which is about these beautiful, healthy boundaries, knowing who you are, being aligned with your truth unapologetically, and the King of Pentacles, a very supportive, grounded, energetic, masculine energy that gives you freedom to be and trusts in your intuition to guide you into the path that's most right for you. So they're both present here. Both masculine and feminine energies are here supporting you forward, like on your path, on your journey to abundance and prosperity and harmony. Because you're able, moving forward, to root so deeply into the truth, your way, your energetic thumbprint, your energetic essence, you will be inviting in people who are aligned with that. For now, with the Hermit card, this is a blind following of your truth. And deepening with the Strength card as well, and the Strength being number 8. Number 8 is about abundance. You recognizing that your path to abundance gets to feel harmonious, gets to feel gentle, gets to be both fierce and calm at the same time. Your path to abundance is one of there's a soul strength to it. It's an inner journey, more so than it being an outer journey. Of course, the outer reflects the inner, but this is you waking up to that and going within more deeply and more deeply and more deeply, and aligning to your truth more deeply, until you have no choice but to be inspired to take actions in the world that are aligned with it. And those actions will be the footsteps below you that guide you on your path to abundance. Remember, it is an inner journey first and foremost. It will always be an inner journey first and foremost. And the outer reflection is secondary. You are waking up to this reality now. All right, I'm going to pull a few cards from the self-care wisdom cards, and that will be our reading. Just some final messages for Pisces. All right, it says, you have the right to change your mind. Reassess. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory and goes with the entire reading. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. With the two faces of mankind, and then this being a woman with two faces, like two heads. It's like reassessing our path, getting like strong, like Two of Swords. Like we are going within, we are reassessing how we're moving forward, and we're being stubborn about that. And then that will just naturally express itself through us, because we'll be so fortified in our path from looking inward. All right. And then you also have, today you are a curator of beauty. You are blessed with moments that let you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all is well in the world. Yes, if all is well is your internal world, in your internal world, then all is well in the external world. It is all a reflection of you. It is. I feel like there's a sense of doubt in that reality. There's a feeling of almost wanting to control the outer because we feel so out of control. And that's only a reflection of our relationship with that distorted masculine. And there is just, again, this remembrance that when we go within and we align with our truth and we root into it, then the outer world has no choice but to reflect it back to us. Beauty. That feels so expansive. Yeah, it feels like we're spending more time in our inner world until we find that beauty and that expansion and that freedom. Yeah, and that's the seed of that exists within you. And then lastly, we have ease. You are deserving of ease and flow. We need more of that way in this world, and we need more people who are exhibiting and who are being an example. We need more people. That's not the right. I exhibit, example. Maybe the letter E is important for some of you, but and then the name Emily just came through my mind too. But we need more people living a slower, freer, more easeful, abundant way of life, to show and prove to the world around us that this way of being is valid and is inherently prosperous and abundant as well. It's all aligned. We need more examples of that in our world, and you are one of those examples. Do not shy away from this truth. And be brave in moving forward. Be brave in asserting your truth in the world. Be brave in affirming your truth in spite of energies and beliefs around you that don't understand or are new to it. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. I sometimes offer personal readings, so be on the lookout for open slots for those as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.